All right, hello SEC West fans. It's Rick again. I'm in a hotel room in beautiful Shreveport. Uh, just listened to the coaches show tonight, and I was kind of disgusted. So I got me some Samuel Adams Oktoberfest. This is really great stuff, by the way. I think they quit making it here a couple days ago, but it's really good. You should try it. I listened to the Les Miles call-in show today, and you know I've seen this go through a lot of ups and downs, but I've never in my life heard what I heard tonight. It was a lot of callers were calling in, prank calling less, and I don't want to get into everything they said, but it was very ridiculous. So I hope nobody has a tape of the show over there, but tonight as Tiger fans we look like idiots, which I know a lot of people in the country think we are anyway. But calling in a show and heckling a coach and acting like an idiot, I mean that's not cool. So basically, the main topic du jour was the quarterback situation, and maybe Miles made a mistake and then he announced who was starting right after Wednesday's practice. That's today. So he said Jefferson was going to start, and we had a big uproar from our fan base. Even Scarborough, who is our recruiting guy, runs the rival site. He even said so in a little posting he did tonight. If he said something about, I don't know if he knew the rotation of Jefferson. If he knew how many series Jefferson was going to be in versus Lee, he would go ahead and pick Auburn hands down. So, I don't know what to make of all that. But if there's any Tiger fans listening to this, if you're the guys that called into the show, don't do that anymore. I mean, good Lord, it's ridiculous. So on Wednesday night, we look like idiots. Not all of us. I'm pretty embarrassed. I had an Auburn fan send me an email today. I asked him if I could read it on the air. He never answered me, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it anyway. I don't think we can get sued. I'm going to read it verbatim. It says, "What's up? I'm really a big Auburn fan. Have been all my life, and to see these two teams play, it's really hard to predict the outcome. I think some of the key things that need to happen on both sides of the ball is that LSU has to keep Cam in the pocket. I agree with that. He is hard to handle when he hits the open field. I don't think that LSU will have much problem covering Auburn's receivers, which will force Cam out of the pocket. Again, our defensive backs covering their receivers doesn't seem to be a problem. Seems to be a weakness on Auburn's part. The only thing is I know someone sooner or later will stop Cam from working his magic, which I've never seen in any quarterback like him. Just not sure if LSU can stop him. Maybe, I don't know. LSU's offense is a little rough around the edges. That was putting it very nicely, by the way. They're not rough around the edges. They suck. But I think they shouldn't have a problem passing the ball Saturday, which they shouldn't. I've watched every game this year, and Auburn does not have any secondary. Although Nick Fairley has had a really great year, I agree. Him and Drake Nevis are probably going to be two All-Americans together. And I think he'll be the most important player on Auburn's team Saturday. As close as both teams have won this season, it may come down to special teams. LSU has the best punter, and Auburn has the best field goal kicker. My prediction is whoever wants the win the most and will be the team to take it. Like your video, post more, that kind of stuff. He brought up kickers, so I printed out all the individual stats, and I'm not going to bore anybody with anything, but actually Josh Jasper, our field goal kicker, is ranked number one in the conference as an individual. Of course, he missed an extra point and a field goal against Magnes this past week, but he's been money for us, and he's averaging 81%. Wes Byram, Auburn's field goal kicker, is rated third in the SEC, 20th nationally. Anyway, I don't want to bore everybody too much, but I mean, some of these individual stats brought up some interesting points here. Morris Claiborne is second in the conference in interceptions, while Josh Bynes, who plays for Auburn, he's a linebacker for Auburn, is fourth. That's interesting. Kickoff returns, Patrick Peterson is number 2, and Damon Washington, I hope I'm saying that right. If not, send me an email, tell me. He's number 8, and I said before, special teams, either a punt return or kick return. We're looking for something to happen there from the LSU perspective. Anyway, we're counting on it. We need it. Let's see, what else? Everybody knows Cam Newton leads every offensive category imaginable. Points, passing efficiency. Let's see, what else? Punt return, again, Patrick Peterson ranks first. Quindarius Carr from Auburn is 8th. I'm butchering the names. I got a master's degree, but I can't pronounce or spell. Let's see. A couple of these other ones, Fairley and Nevis, as I said, are pretty much neck and neck. Who you like best? They'll be gone. They'll be playing on Sundays next year, both of them. Maybe the Saints can pick them up. Rushing. Here's an interesting tale. Rushing, Cam Newton is 1, Stephen Ridley is 2. That's pretty cool. You got your top 2 rushers in the league going at each other. Number 1 offense against LSU's number 1 defense in the conference. I know all y'all's probably turned this thing off by now. And then we got to a lot of defensive statistics, which weren't a whole lot. But I appreciate my buddy from Auburn having me look into this. It seems like both teams have excellent field goal kickers, which probably going to come into play here. Check this out, y'all. Sacks. Drake Nevis is 4th. Nick Fairley is 4th. Ryan Baker is 7th. And it's all tied, number of sacks. So, although Auburn's defense as a unit doesn't seem to impress a whole lot of people, that one Fairley kid can make a whole lot of difference. One thing I was hoping to see during the week was some player from some team talking trash. That hadn't happened. Apparently Cam Newton and Cam Newton's a class act. I don't know what happened to him at Florida with the computers and all this stuff. But he got us his 3rd chance here now at Auburn, and he's taking advantage of it, and that's a lesson for all of us to learn. As I said in my first show, the more time goes by in the week, the more I'm just becoming convinced that LSU's defense is that good, and I can't help but continuing to be tempted to say number 1 offense versus number 1 defense usually means that the number 1 defense is going to win. Like I said, there hadn't been a lot of trash talking. Stats have been talked to death, but I think LSU, and I'm going to do another show here. We're going to do a couple more shows this week. So I might change my mind. But I still believe, LSU's defense is going to be, the deciding factor in this deal. Unless we pull a Tennessee game and turn the ball over 5 times. And then Auburn, there you have it. The line's still 6 points at Auburn, in favor of Auburn. I would definitely take LSU in the 6 if I was a betting man, but I'm not. But I keep going back to the defense. And I think that's going to be the deciding factor. I don't know what Miles is going to do about Jefferson and Jordan, Jefferson and Lee. I don't know what's going on there. I can say as an LSU fan, it's aggravating me to no end. There's nothing against Jordan Jefferson. It's just if a kid's in the game and he's proved for 2 or 3 weeks that he's performing better, you put him in. I mean, you owe that to the team. But I say this, and Jordan Jefferson might have a game like he had last year against Auburn. So anyway, that's it. I've gone over my time. We'll be back in touch bunch before the game. Y'all take it easy.